Today on the workbench I've got a this is a Bachmann Plus F7A, and I have the B unit to go with this, and there'll be a video on that one. So what we're going to do, we're going to put in a decoder for this gentleman, and he likes the Digitrax decoders. I've installed several of these for him, so he likes to remain consistent. So we're going to go with this SDH166. Of course, we have our speaker, capacitor for our speaker. And so before I really get started, one of the things I always do, these capacitors, those are just open leads. So I'm going to take some liquid black tape and put a little drop of that on there, just so it won't short itself out at some point. And just a little dab will do you. Okay, so we've got our liquid black tape on that, and I'll take a pair of snips there with some spring action, and we'll set that off to dry. So let's get into this thing and see if we can get this decoder installed. Now, to take this particular locomotive apart, we have 2 screws. I think I hit that. Yep. And I'll have to remove this front coupler. And that should just, yep, that's got a clip. So now we should be able to lift the body right off. Okay. Put those 2 screws in there, and I'll put the coupler in the body shell. So these are very simple locomotives. Looks like somebody's had this apart, and there's some writing there on it, but I can't tell what it says. Let me try and can't tell. Looking through it with my magnifier, but I couldn't see what it says. So now, first thing we'll do is we'll remove our wiring. So I've got the soldering iron all heated up. That's our track pickup. And there's our track pickup and our light. So, and we'll try and save that bulb. Hopefully it'll be working. And I never tested this on DCC. But the thing I want to do now, we'll have to isolate the motor So to do that, we'll pull the motor out, and these two screws go right through the fuel tank and into the motor mount. Get that out of the way. And actually that motor mount right there is broken off, and you can see it's still right there. Not sure how old these are, but I'm sure the plastic is weakened, and that doesn't help anything. So we can shove that right out. Somehow in that, oh, I thought I lost the drive shaft, but it's actually laying in the bottom. So there's that. I'll set that aside for a second. I'll keep this styrofoam, and I'll need to take, let's see, this was the back, so I want to remember where that's at. But we'll pull the motor mount off, and then I'll show you why I'm pulling the motor mount off. That off. Okay, that looked kind of rough, but you do what you got to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these tabs off, and I'm going to cut them all the way off, and then I'll solder right to the top of where the brush is. And this is the bottom of the motor. You can actually tell it's got an arrow right there. If you can see that. That is the top. So push that down. Get some flux here. Don't want to use too much. And let's see what I'll do. I want to unplug my wiring harness. That way we can start with some of the wires here. My bottom wire is my gray wire. I'll pull that out. We've got the gray wire. And that gray wire is the negative side of the motor. And I'm actually going to take, and I know I'm not going to need this whole length. I think they give you 6 inches on that. I'm going to cut it in half, and I'll cut the orange one with it. So I can strip my orange and my gray wire. And I knew I'd do some of this off camera and some of it on. Sometimes I don't think you need to see all of that. Let's see. Oh, my gray is my bottom wire. And I'm just picking up a little bit of flux off of that. So, tin that tip up. And then I want to put a little bit of solder right in there. And I'm going to put that out the way that wire was running. Okay, there's that. Move up here to orange wire. Little flux. So there's that. And I'll run that off of the same side. So we've got that. And since that's in this little protective housing here, I won't need to do anything else with that bottom wire. This will be able to be set right back down into place. And we'll take care of that broken body mount here in a second. But now this is a little tricky here. You drop a pair of pliers there. That one goes in good. Okay. Now, let me get, I'm going to do this the easy way. I'll remove this rear truck. Install the shaft. It's got plenty of grease on it. So I'll set that there. Take that, put it over to the side. Get that in there. I think that settled. Went back in. We'll get this screw in. Tighten it up too tight. Now I just need to get my the body mount to drop in. So that's all in. Everything is spinning freely. Let me run this wire back up through. Because I don't want to have to take that off again. Grab that. So there's that. Now, let's put this back in. And what I'll do to fix this, I'll drop some CA glue in here and then tighten that down. And that'll take care of our issue with that. Twist that around just a little bit. Make sure it kind of takes. All right. So now, our wires, let's see now, our engineer side, which is this side, is the red wire. So I think I'm gonna cut this down. I'm gonna cut it in half, because I know I don't need all of that, because we'll tie these two together. And I'll need a small piece of heat shrink. Just laid myself several of those out right now. So we'll need that, and we need the red wire, which I'm going to cut basically in half. Strip that off. A little bit of flux, and I'll even flux that. Since I got it out, I might as well use it. So there's that. Now, it's like this little cover is kind of broken. Now what I'm going to do with that, I'm actually going to remove this red wire from that. And I just dropped the washer that was in it. But I am going to reuse that hole. That's going to be our pickup for this side. For the fireman's side, because it goes right to the body. So let me strip that off a little bit. And the way I do that is I'll put a brass 256 screw if I have any. I'll put a brass Wouldn't you know it? I don't have any more brass screws. Or do I? Oh, the whole pack. So let me open this up. These are 256 by 1/8. Try and dump one out of that package of 100. Okay. Now that should should. I may have to tap this hole out again. So I think the one that was in it was smaller. Nope. There's that. Now I can solder my black wire right to that. And that will take care of our fireman side pickup. A little bit of flux there. And we'll turn that heat up on that since there's so much metal there. One of these times I'd just like to have that fill up nicely. Of course, like I say, there's so much metal there, this is trying to heat up. Okay, there's that. Burning the wire. This isn't going to look pretty. Well, that doesn't look like anything. Yep. Let's start that process over a little bit. Because I didn't do it right to begin with. Tried to get in a hurry. I didn't flux it. Didn't do anything to it other than get in a hurry. And that never, ever works. So there. So now if I can get that to melt, I know that's not the prettiest soldering job in the world, but that is solid. Now, let me look at this wire that I heated up. Okay, it doesn't look like I took any of the coating off of it. So, that'll be a good thing. Alright, so now actually, this is ready to test, other than the lighting. So, let's, I'll need the blue wire. That's the common, and the front headlight is the white. The rest of those will be unnecessary. And what I'll do is I'll put the I'll put a resistor in with this, and I'll put it on the common side here. So might as well do that now, just to try it. Then we'll be able to plug everything up. And I'm going to leave these a little long, just because. And I said white. Yeah. Yep. So here we go. A little bit of flux on that. Use my little pile that I spilled. I'll turn my temperature back down. And I'm going to try this old light that was in it, just to see if it works. Actually, I'll take and, before I do anything with it, I'll just kind of, okay, it does work. I've got it on a battery here, so you'll see that it does work. Well, I tell you, I wish, well, I don't wish. I don't have any 3mm LEDs. That's what I'd really like to put in that. Let me turn you off here for a second. I want to look and see if I have any. Okay, I didn't find a 3mm LED, but I did find another grain of wheat bulb, and it's at least a clear one. And I forgot, the reason I won't need the resistor is these are 12-volt bulbs, so that's why I'm not using the resistor. Okay, there's that. We'll set this back up on the track. Now we'll see. Okay. As I'm looking at this, I do see a bare spot there. Take a little black tape and put on that. Okay. So, set that over there. Don't need that anymore. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do a little bit of wire management here. And then I'll bring you back and I'll show you what the final product is here before we put the shell on it. Alright, I went ahead and did the wire management. Got that all tucked in there nice and neat. It's all up above the flywheels, nothing touching. Mounted the speaker here in the back with double-sided tape. Took some rubbing alcohol and cleaned up the frame there to where the tape would stick pretty good. So that comes out pretty clean. Really does a good job. So I'll take and put you up on the, well, actually, yeah, let me put the body back on this. And then we'll kind of go from there. I think I want to, okay. The one thing about these Digitrax decoders, and I'm not real big on it, is I don't get a lot of sound out of them, even if I turn them all the way up. So, and I never really have found a good way to get a good sound out of them, but I mean, you don't want your sound to overpower everything you've got running anyway, but you like a little bit of the sound. Alright, so here's our finished product. Coupler's back on after some wrestling there. But there's our headlight. And then we'll fire it up and we'll start to move. So I mean, they have pretty good slow speed. We'll switch direction here. Speed step 2. So I think this turned out pretty well. Back it up here just a touch. All right, we have another completed project. I'm sure he'll be happy with this. So, thanks for watching.